Panther Nation, what's good? Welcome back to Two Fans in the Stands. I am your favorite armchair GM, CJ.
Y'all know who it is. I am formerly known as your favorite couch scout extraordinaire, aka known as Pastor Trenches. What's happening, everybody? Cuz, what's
Cuz,
good with you?
hey, same old man. How you doing today?
Man, I'm good. Just trying to shake a little honey from the tree one last time,
I know that's
Just
right.
one
I
last
know that's
time.
right.
Just one
Hey,
last time.
but you know what? Before we get started here, and I'm gonna do this, it's kind of early. Hey, thank
Yes,
you to
sir.
Brian L for becoming a fan level member. We greatly appreciate you. And I was in the studio early enough to see this, and I added you to our member slide. Okay. So, Brian, thank you for becoming a fan level member. We greatly appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Brian.
All right. Cuz, how we feeling, man? Do we have any hope, any optimism as Nick Tri-State said, any thoughtful opportunities that might be able to occur this weekend against the Falcons? You know, what you feeling, man?
Um, I'm just hoping that
Mm,
some way, somehow, the Panthers can play spoiler to the Falcons' playoff hopes. That's what I want to see. I thought we would have opportunity to do it last week against he started already.
no, no. I'm sorry, it's not you. I was reading the comment, but I'm
So
sorry.
that's what I'm talking about. I say he. I say he. TJ.
Oh, okay. I thought you
Yeah.
said me. I'm sorry. I was
Nah,
trying to hold. I was
nah,
trying to hold back.
nah. I just hope that some way, somehow that we can play spoiler to their playoff chances, just like I thought we will be able to do last week against Tampa. We saw how that turned out. So hopefully we can
Hmm.
get one out of two. You know what I'm saying? But
Okay.
I just want to see in the grand scheme of things, I just wanted to see everybody come away from the game healthy and go into the off season and let Dan Morgan, Brent Tillis, and Dave Canales do their thing.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah.
But now it's kind of crazy because I want to see them win. I do want to see them win. But
Right.
if we don't win, I hope everybody above us loses because that way, according to strength of schedule, the Panthers would get the number 2 pick. Okay, so we need Tennessee, Cleveland, let's see, Tennessee, Cleveland, Jacksonville, and the Giants.
Because we'll all be
Okay,
tied. We'll all finish with the same record.
we all finish. Yeah, we'd all finish with the same. Hold on. Yeah, we'd all finish with the
So we
same. Go
so
ahead.
we need to lose and everybody else need to win. Cause
Oh,
right
you
now
know what?
yeah,
They
cause
they're
right now
three
those
and.
teams have they 3 and something. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I had the ass backwards. Yeah, we need all of them to win, and then
Yeah.
we need to lose. Okay, I'm sorry. So if we win and we lose, I hope all of them win. But then shit. Hey, it
So
the Giants are not
so
beating Philly. I don't care if they do have their backup in there.
in other words, you want the Panthers to tank? Is that the choice is that what
No,
you're
I
saying?
said I want them to win. I said if we lose,
Oh.
if we lose,
Oh, okay.
which I mean, and hey, we being honest, it's probably a damn
Yeah.
good chance we gonna lose.
Yeah.
I hate to say it. I hate to
90,
say it, but
99.8%.
God dang, whew, I wasn't gonna put it in them
Yeah.
terms, but okay. Ooh,
Yeah.
good lord.
Yeah.
Now, that's hurtful right there. That's
Yeah.
that made me feel some type of way, but damn. Okay. But all right, but let's go ahead and get into it. Everybody that's joined us already, welcome. All right. If you're new, welcome. On your way in, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. You can catch us on all social media at Two Fans in the Stands. And over on Twix, that's a mixture of Twitter and X, as we like to call it. You can catch us at Two Fans ITS. Okay. Now, cuz let's get into the comments. And one more
Yeah.
time again, thank you, Brian Nell, for becoming a member. All right.
Yeah.
Akari, what's
Appreciate you,
going on?
Brian.
He said in 9 months from now,
So
we will have redesigned uniforms for the first time in Panthers history. If you had to replace silver as the third color, what would you choose? Are we getting redesigned uniforms?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
That
This
would
is
be
the first
dope.
I'm hearing of it.
Let me see another color. You had to give me some time to think about that in the car. You gotta give me some time to
Yeah,
think about that one. Okay.
because I don't necessarily dislike the silver. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I just think there just need to be some changes. You know,
Mm-hmm.
with the current color scheme, there
Just
could be enough
redesign.
changes. Yeah, just redesign. I don't think we need change color, like take silver out.
Okay. And I'm gonna skip down here because I see he said, no, I'm just speaking it into fruition. It's time for a redesign. Okay, gotcha. But you know what? I'm gonna think about that. I'm gonna get back to you. I'm gonna get back to you on that one. All
Oh,
right,
look,
SC
oh,
Pace.
no, whoa. Look who just come in. Look who just came in.
Hey, what's going
Our
on,
main
Steve? How
man,
you doing?
Steve. What's
How
happening,
you doing?
Steve?
Thank you for the $5 super chat. We greatly appreciate it. He says, "Hey guys,
That's
if you
good.
can
Appreciate
notify me how to become a fan level member." Oh, it's in the description. Okay, if you go down to the description of the YouTube video, it's in there. Should be a link in there to join the fan level members. All right. Hey, but
it.
good to see
Okay.
you again, and thank you for the $5 super chat. We greatly appreciate you.
Yeah, good to see you,
All
my
right.
guy.
All right. So
All
me
right.
get SC Pay's comment now. So what's up, fellas? Hope y'all are enjoying y'all's evening. I don't know if anyone knows, but this Sunday is actually a holiday in Panther Nation. Evero's last game as a Panther.
We'll get into that. We'll
Ah,
get in that. Hey,
exactly.
SC, just for you and Panther Dog, I got some just for y'all. Ain't nothing major, but just a little something.
Marco Cash, what's going on? He said, "What's up,
What's
fellas?"
up, Marcos?
The car, okay. He said, "I think the yellow from the eyes on the Panther would be a nice subtle touch, but only the most minor of touches. Everything blue and black and white almost. I can get with that. Okay.
Oh, we may have to do an episode. Not episode, but we
Mm,
may have to do a go live and discuss that during the off
okay.
season. That'll be interesting.
hmm Marco said, hashtag Evero must go." The car said, "I'm in off season mode, man. Hey, most of us already are." Brian A said, "I got a
We
fan."
already in Cabo, man.
He said, "I got fan level, but I'm switching over to Twix because I like the platform better." Okay, cool. But hey, but still, even though you're over on Twix, feel free to comment. We can see your comments and post them on here as well. All right. The
Yeah,
card
thank
said,
you, sir.
"What size that hoodie is, CJ? Come up out of that." Hey, this if I'm not mistaken, it's either double X or XL. I don't know. I ain't gonna take it off right now to see, but it's one of those, and you're gonna have to fight me for this hoodie because I love this one and it is comfortable as hell. Is that Tony always got a saying to start the show? Underrated part of the show. Yes, sir. Past the trenches.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, Brian Simmons. Gotcha. Brian L.
We
Simmons. Okay.
appreciate
Thank
you,
you, brother.
Brian.
All right. Like I said, been fighting on all the podcasts. That's a brave. Nick been fighting on all the pod. He has. He really, he really
As
has.
today,
I
today.
just in general for like the last couple
Oh,
weeks.
yeah.
Nick
Hey,
been fighting everywhere.
me and Nick was on Uncle Quan's
Mm.
podcast the other day, and I think that was the first time me and Nick was like pretty much agreeing. We were agreeing on everything. I was like, I like this version of Nick.
hmm Yeah, but you
No,
know what though?
but
Um,
Nick good though.
yeah, but I mean, he I ain't gonna say he goes with the flow, but it's kind of like everybody has the right to change their mind. Everybody has the
Right,
right to
right.
see things differently.
Everybody
And
has an opinion.
not be called a flip flopper. Or this and that. So shout out to
Right.
Nick Tri-State. Yep. Hey,
Yeah.
QJ, this is why I was laughing earlier. He said, "How do I say goodbye to Evero Boys the Men remix?" Let me see. What could we say? Let me see. Be like the bass guy, Ijiro. You were never meant to be here. Take your bald headed ass on and go find you a job at Target. I'm sorry. My bad. QJ, what's going on, man?
Oh man. Yeah,
I
take your
can't remember,
bald
man.
ass
Ain't
head
that the
and
one that
find a job at
that
Target.
don't want to join the group now or something? He don't. It's one of
Oh,
them that's not in the not in the group anymore or doesn't want to do shows with him and all or something. But yeah, my bad.
yeah. I have.
All right. Nikai said, I got to get all my comments out before Diggins show up. And then Diggins said, slow talker, I see you. Oh, God. Go home, Diggins. Hey, so I'm going to miss Coach Milk Dud. Wow. And then, hold on. I'm not going to miss Coach Major Payne. Send him to the Shadow Realm.
Realm.
Oh,
Yeah.
the Shadow Realm. Nikai, don't tell me you know a little bit about Yu-Gi-Oh now. Yeah, that was one of my shows growing up. But I love that show. I still watch videos on that today.
Mm-hmm.
It just said I feel more welcome here than I do at home. Damn. Okay, hey, well, I'm
Damn,
glad
they
we can accommodate you, dog. Oh my goodness. Antonio, what's going on? I said, "What's up, CJ and Tony?" The car said, "Is everything okay at home? Do you want some soup?" Wow. But you know what? That is a good gesture in the car. Want some soup?
Hey, before you go on, CJ, I want to apologize to everybody that's watching on Twitter because I see that I didn't change the the name of it on the live on Twitter
Mm,
because still said Panthers catch a serious fate in Tampa, and I forgot
mm,
when I set up the live,
mm.
I forgot to hit all. So that's my bad. I apologize for that. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Well, I mean, well, one thing's for certain, that's still true. You know, it
Yeah.
didn't somebody didn't go back in time and erase it out of history, which I wish could have
Right.
happened, but it's still true. But yes, like Antonio
True
said,
that.
like, subscribe, and comment, and share the stream, please.
Yeah. What's going on,
Digit said,
Antonio?
got some turtle. Okay, all right, all right.
Yeah, let them two have their
Yeah,
own thing.
said if we lose, we might get Travis. Now you know what we possibly could. I think if we lose and everybody above us win, because even if everybody above us win, we would have a strength of schedule lower than everybody but the Patriots. So the Patriots would keep that number one pick if I'm not mistaken.
If they get a number one pick, you can best believe they're taking Travis on them.
And that's what I was going to say. I think they're going to take
Cause
Travis on
they
him.
don't need
Yep.
a quarterback. They got their quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Especially if Gerard Mayo, which I hope he does, remain the coach of the Patriots. I hope they don't do him wrong like they've done most minority coaches after 1 year.
Mm. Yo. Oh my God. Why does this man look like so many people? Bruh. It was Major Pain last week. Now Seal. Oh my
I can't even get that out my head now.
yo.
I
All he need is
I
the scar going across his face. Or his cheek or whatever Seal got that big ass scar at. Oh God. Oh, not
Every,
looking like
hey,
Mr. Potato Head.
I can see everyone in the background to my you all I need.
Nate said, when can we all know about Evero's future? Monday. You know what? I don't think it's going to be that cut and dry. And again, I think we're going to get into that in a minute here. In a minute.
Yeah.
Nakari said, to the left. Every job you got involves you moving to the left. Beyonce remix for Evero. What's up, QJ? Oh God. Brian says, I'm driving down to Atlanta. Mercedes-Benz Stadium is actually a nice venue, cheap concession. Gotcha.
Yeah, I've heard that
Gotcha.
they probably have the cheapest concession in the NFL. They did a story on that during the off season last year, how they changed the
Mm,
concessions, everything. So it's almost like going to a ballpark to watch a
mm,
baseball game. $1, $2 hot dogs, like $3 drinks. It's like
mm.
very, 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 very cheap. Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
you can go in there and get a whole meal for about less than $10.
Is it true if the Panthers score 38? That sets the record for the Panthers? I do
The
believe so.
Falcons,
Falcons, my bad. Falcons. I do
the,
believe so. I do believe that'll give us worst
the
most points
most,
given
the
up in the season in NFL
yeah,
history.
most points. Correct.
Mm. And what's up, Prime? He said Bishop taco meat and Reverend sheep hair. What's good? What's going on there, Sarah Connor? How you doing? You know,
Suck.
And it's funny because Terminator Dark Fate was on earlier, and Sarah Connor had them
Oh,
aviator glasses on. That's what I'm start calling
yeah.
you, Prime. Yeah. I thought about you and them aviator glasses you wear, and I just finished watching that on TV, and she
Oh,
had them on the whole
oh,
movie.
that was a good one. That was, Prime said
Oh,
he
good.
did. Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, Rob Walt, what's going on? How
What's
you
up,
doing?
Rob?
All right, QJ said, I hope Xavier Woods knock Penix drag off special ed Vic going to struggle Sunday. Why? Hold on, we like special ed Vic. Oh,
Yeah, why?
yo, because they're lefty. Because they're lefty. I got you. I got you. But you know what though? You know what's gonna be crazy? You know what's gonna be crazy? Our rush defense is terrible. So if the Falcons go out here Sunday and have a ground attack like they did in the first game, or like the Bucks did last week, and Penix goes out here and only has to pass for 200, 210, 220 yards and gets a touchdown or two, all you're going to hear is like, oh my goodness, look at Michael Penix, look at what he doing, this and then the third. I'm just waiting for it. I know it's gonna happen. I know it's
Right,
gonna happen. Let me
right.
see. Nakar said, I know we say this all the time, but there have been several DCs to lose all their top talent, and they still didn't break a defensive record because of it. E gotta go. Mm. And yes, I am a nerd. Yes I am. As you see. Oh, and speaking of being a nerd, let me say this before we move on, because my kids are very upset at me, because if you see here, they brought me this nice set of Funkos for Christmas here. So make sure I
Yeah.
introduce everybody. We got Lord Frieza. Okay, we got Dr. Gero, and these two are from the Dragon Ball anime. And then we have Butthead from Beavis and Butthead when they the fast food outfit. Okay. And my son also got me a thing to go back up here. You can't really see it, but it's a little Panthers plaque that says belong and keep pounding. Okay. So yeah. So I'm sure they're probably not watching this right now. I don't know if they are. They're probably eating Jimmy John's if I'm not mistaken. But the children of mine, there's the stuff that you got me for Christmas. I'm sorry it took me this long to put it up in here. Okay. All right.
You should just clip this part of it and send it to them. Send
I'll
to their
probably
phones.
yeah, I sent to him in text. Kendall, what's going on, big dog? How you
Kendall,
doing? Kendall to go
Mr.
with the eye.
Mr. Data Analytics.
Lord have mercy. I heard about y'all in the data analytics. That is
Yeah,
hilarious.
yeah,
Oh God, Penix going to get a 65-yard run TD. Hell, he might, even though he's not really a quote unquote runner, but he's not a statue in the pocket. I mean, he can take off and run, but that's not most of his game though. But we'll see. The Panthers do have to shore up. If they if the defenders in the secondary, if they hold tight and everybody holds tight in coverage, another weakness of
yeah,
theirs is letting the quarterback scramble. Okay, so they're gonna
yeah.
have to do something. Let me see. PPP don't let Red Swarm owe you some money because Cousins got benched.
Don't forget, Red
Oh,
Swarm
don't
owe you some
forget.
money.
Got you.
Yeah,
Let me tell you, I'm
our
smart as hell,
cousins
but I
got
can't
benched.
read at times. I swear. Tony hate this anime shit so much.
Nicole, stop trying to start shit, man.
Robinson and
Love my
ETN
cousin.
might have career games Sunday. Let me see. Robinson and ETN. Robinson and ETN. ETN plays for
Jaguars.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I know
Oh, you talking
ETN
about
and
Brian? I'm talking. Who is Robinson?
Bijan. I think you're talking about Bijan
Oh,
Robinson.
Bijan Robinson. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
ETN.
because
I'm trying to think
he ended up in Jacksonville. No,
yeah. I
Arizona.
mean, there was an ETN that played for Georgia that didn't have all that great of a game, and Georgia got bounced out the playoffs. It's crazy. I think all
Oh,
four of the
is he?
seeds.
Is he, I think he talking about Edame. Edame is the rookie from Notre Dame.
Oh, okay.
I think he
Well,
may
Nakar
be.
said ETN is Algier, I guess.
Oh, yeah,
well,
Tyler.
it might be ETN, but I don't know of another ETN on the Falcons, but it might be.
Right.
You see, Everett head so big, he don't have dreams, he have movies. That's a classic, QJ. Okay, we're all watching on the living room TV. Okay, gotcha. Data analytics is a bad word in this household. You giving me work for flash. You giving me work
Bruh, listen,
flashbacks.
listen. Like, I don't try to come on here and talk about my personal life at all, but I'm sitting there like I know what data analytics is. I
mm,
pretty much this was part of my job in the military.
mm,
And the way that data analytics was being explained, it was completely wrong, had no context. It was just explained to fit a narrative that had really, to be honest, nothing to do with nothing. It didn't make absolutely no sense because there was no context. There was absolutely no context to what was being put out there. But it was being put out there as if it was facts.
mm.
And I blatantly, rightfully so, said it's not. And I'm gonna stand 10 toes down in the quicksand in the mud on that. Because when you know,
Okay,
you know.
okay, all right. I got you then, Mister Computer Operator. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So he meant Algier. Gotcha. Okay.
Oh,
All
okay.
right.
That's
Cool
right, Diggy.
beans.
Help Nakari out. Just help Nakari out, Diggy. He needed some time.
All right. Cool. Hold on 1 second. Get this crap off my
Nakari
screen here.
Nakari said, PPP, why y'all spend all that time debating whether or not Temple losing money?
Mm. Okay. Here we go. All right. Let me see. QJ said David Newton writes messy articles. He's the Panthers version of Wendy Williams.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Oh
David
god.
David Newton is very messy. I don't pay attention to anything that he says.
Mm. Okay. All right. Cool beans. Cool beans. All right, well, let's go ahead and get into the slides, y'all. And again, first and foremost, thank you to all of our fan level members, and thank you to our newest fan
Oh,
level
I see
member,
what you did there.
Mr. Brian L. Simmons. Think he joined us about 15 minutes before the live, and like I said, I was on the computer here, and I was able to go in and change the slide up and add his name to it. But again, thank you to everybody who is a fan level member of the channel. Your support is greatly appreciated, and if you want to become a fan level member, the link is in the description, and if you're watching this on YouTube, it should be a join button next to where you subscribed or haven't subscribed yet. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that for us. We greatly appreciate you. All right.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, cuz. Have at it.
All right, so we're gonna get into our very first slide here. We're gonna get into the current injury report of the Carolina Panthers going into week 18, the season finale. And this is almost like still the infirmary because there were some names I hadn't even put up on here because they were full participations in practice Friday. But right now, who we have out is Josie Jewell with a concussion, Amari Barno with a shoulder, J.C. Horn with his hip, Lonnie Johnson Jr. with the shoulder and neck, and DJ Johnson, who was just involved in a car accident. I think it was Thursday, and so they have him out with personal issues. Questionable: Taylor Moton with a knee, Xavier Leggett, hip and wrist, uh, Ashawn Robinson with his neck, and Robert Hunt with the knee are all questionable and was limited in practice um, Friday. So hopefully, history has shown that they would typically probably they would probably play. They would
Mm.
probably play. They were not listed as doubtful, just questionable. So that is the injury report going into week 18. CJ, what you think? What's your thoughts?
I'm gonna assume that Barno hurt his shoulder with that 4.3 speed running into offensive lineman and getting planted in the dirt. I'm sure the force of him running that fast and being that light in the ass, he just hit that ground and his shoulder was like, nah, bro, I'm good. Just go and walk to the
Get
sideline, dog.
get your weight up.
Yeah, get your way. Yeah, exactly. Facts. Facts.
Oh my god.
Facts.
Oh my
Um,
god.
I hope that Taylor Moton can play this week because
Yeah.
Josh Nyman is good for about a half. You know what I mean? I think he did okay, but Taylor Moton was definitely missed, especially later on in the game. So I hope he plays. Yeah, will. Hey, I'm telling you, hey.
Oh,
So we'll see.
oh god.
We'll see. But yeah, nothing. Yeah, I'm hoping that all these guys that are questionable can play. And I think that the Charlotte media, Charlotte writers gave Robert Hunt an award, and I think they called it Mr. Likeable as being the Panthers player
Mm.
who is most like not necessarily likable, but most helpful to the media, throughout the season and whatnot. So I
Probably
did
the
see
most
something
entertaining.
yeah, I
Yeah.
did see something about that earlier today. So shout out to Robert Hunt for winning that. Hey, SC play, he sure did. He sure did. He played. He had roller skates, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Let me see. Will said I'm gonna be at that. I don't know what that
I don't know
means.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he said I'm gonna be at that
So
game
I'm gonna
too.
be at this
Gotcha.
game
Okay.
too. Okay.
Gotcha.
All right. So
Yeah,
next
Nakari.
slide.
I agree.
Oh, go ahead. Go
No, you
ahead. Hunt
good.
has
Go
been
ahead.
the most personable player this camp. Yes, he
Mm-hmm.
has. He definitely has. He, as far as in the locker room, dealing with the reporters, chopping it up with them and things like that. He definitely has that. He definitely has been very, very personable when it comes to that. Yeah, but I still can't get over that celebration that he had when Chuba scored that walk off touchdown in overtime, and he took his hat off, took his helmet off. He was like,
Yes,
like
sir.
I don't think I ever seen an offensive lineman get down like that.
Mm,
Off a walk off touchdown or anything like that. So that was cool to see. All
yes,
right, so we're
sir.
gonna slide into our next slide here. And this is the last matchup between the Panthers and the Falcons. And I believe this was week 6 or 7. I can't remember exactly. But didn't look
6. Yeah,
good.
you're right.
Yeah, didn't look good, didn't bow well, all that good stuff. Because you wanna, I ain't got my
Look,
read that for me.
I don't know how much longer I can do this too. We all went to the eye doctor a few
Yeah.
days ago, and my black ass need glasses too. So yeah. So, but hold on, I
uh-huh.
got you. All right. Game leaders. We got passing yards. Kirk Cousins, 19 to 30, 225 yards and a touchdown. Andy Dalton, 26 to 38, 221 yards, 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Rushing, Tyler Algier. And what's crazy is Bijan Robinson wasn't even the leading rusher. Okay.
Right.
Tyler Algier, 18 carries, 105 yards and a touchdown. Chuba Hubbard, 18 carries, 92 yards. Receiving, Drake London, 6 receptions, 74 yards and a touchdown. Deontay Johnson, 6 receptions, 78 yards and a touchdown. Okay. Total yards, 423 for the Falcons, 335 for the Panthers. 2 turnovers for the Panthers, one for the Falcons. 25 first downs for the Falcons and 21 for us. Time of possession was pretty close. 30 minutes and 40 seconds for the Falcons and 29 minutes and 20 seconds for the Panthers.
Yes, sir. So CJ, what did you come away with from the last game with the Falcons in that week 6 matchup?
Costly turnovers. Costly turnovers, those interceptions by Andy Dalton, because at halftime, I
Yeah.
do believe it was a 5-point game. So, and the interceptions, they did come in the second half. But yeah, just untimely interceptions and us not being able to stop the rushing attack.
What wasn't one of those interceptions a pick six?
No, he returned it back to the Carolina 6-yard line. If I'm not mistaken.
Okay,
'Cause I was
okay,
looking at that
okay.
earlier. Yeah, I forgot who
I
picked it
thought he
off.
scored.
I
Yeah, I
think he
thought he
brought it back
scored.
to the 6-yard line. Yep.
Okay.
But yeah, just
Well,
turnovers and the usual. not being able to
stopping the
stop people on
run.
third down, stopping the run. Yeah.
What
Yep.
what what was Atlanta's total rushing yards for the game? Were
198.
they close to
Mm-hmm.
basically 200? Okay,
Might as well. If there was a kneel down at
might as
the end
well.
of the game, that was that was your 200
Yeah,
right there.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, exactly. Okay. All right. So yeah, my takeaway from the same thing is the same thing that we've been dealing with pretty much all year.
Mm-hmm.
Not able to stop the run when we need to, especially in crucial situations down the distance. It doesn't even matter. Whether it's 3rd and 8, 3rd and 10, teams are feeling like no matter what the down the distance is, they can run the ball and get the yardage that they need for a first down, touchdown, or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
When they decide to stick to their run game, they basically have about a 90% chance of beating the Panthers. And I'm just equating that in my mind, just going off what we've
Mm-hmm.
seen all season long. I mean, that's no solid statistics that I got from anywhere, but I'm just saying what history has shown us this year. And when teams decide to run and stick to the run, we basically don't have no chance. You know. Also, I got cut from the PS.
uh the Dakari Richardson, as I kept
Yeah, the
saying
car.
last week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the car.
Dakari Richardson.
Number 63.
Yeah, number 63. Oh man.
But yeah, anything else before we move on to the next slide, cuz?
Nah, go ahead and get this off the screen before it make me feel any worse than it already does.
And I purposely for you, Nakari, put Eddie P up there. Just give you one last photo shot of Eddie P doing what he does so miraculously wonderful is kick field goals.
Hold on, wait, Tony, before you go. I may throw a party if Sunday is Eddie no Dinero Pinero's last game as a Panther. Not Eddie no Dinero Pinero. Wow.
Dang, yeah, see?
I seen Panthers on Tap put a clip on X. I think it was, I forgot, the kicker from Florida State or something. I think he kicked a
Mhm.
long ass field goal, and the caption was Panthers next kicker right there. So, but yeah, I think
Listen,
there's some options out there.
Arizona has a kicker, brother. When he kicks a field goal, you can hear the thump come off his
Mm,
foot. You can hear that ball come off his foot, and it's like I mean like a cannon,
mm,
like a cannon. Like
okay.
he good from 60, easy, easy. I think his last name is Keep or something like that. But yeah, I
Mm,
watched him a couple times this year, man. That boy got a cannon and there's plenty distance on his field goals.
okay.
Yeah.
Bet. Look, they
Oh,
got to bring in some serious competition for him, not just some competition to make
yeah.
him, be like, it's just training camp. Like, nah, you fighting for a job, dog.
And they need to bring in the kicker and keep him on the team. Just like if you eliminate one offensive lineman or one DB and decide to keep a kicker, to keep that hunger mentality for Eddie Pinero,
Mm,
just to let him know he ain't safe. You know what I'm saying? It ain't sweet over here. As soon as
okay.
you mess up, we're gonna move on. You know.
Mm. Look,
So
I know somebody gonna be like, we need to do the same thing for Bryce. It ain't sweet over there neither.
I'm not. I wasn't even. No. You
Oh
giving
god.
him ammunition. I ain't about to do it.
I know, no, I no. Let me tell you what I've learned. I don't give people ammunition. It's something they're gonna say regardless. It is yeah. I'm just look. Well, okay. I guess maybe I am giving them ammunition instead of me shooting. I'm just picking it up and throwing it over the head. Like, here you go.
Yeah.
Go ahead and fire that off when you feel like it.
SC trolling now. He
Nah,
trolling.
Joey Slot can stay where he at. He could kick it from
Exactly.
from Mint Street to South Boulevard but it wouldn't be straight. Nah.
Yeah, he don't hit a couple power lines, may land on your
Yeah.
roof, knock over a tree in your backyard. Yeah, yeah. He gonna definitely do that. All right, let's go on to our next line. Let's look at the offensive stats where the Panthers sit going into week 18. And so total offense, the Panthers are 31st in the league at 290 yards a game. The Falcons are 10th at 359 passing offense. Carolina's 31st at 182.4. The Falcons are 8th in the league at 234, basically 235 yards a game. Rushing offense, the Panthers sit 20th at 107. The Falcons is 12th at 124.5. Red zone efficiency, the Panthers are actually 11th at 59.1%. So basically, when we do get down into the red zone, we tend to do pretty good when it comes to scoring. Okay,
Field goals.
the Falcons are 25th at 52.1. Scoring offense, the Panthers are 25th at 18.6, and the Falcons are 16th at 21.9. So, CJ, anything from the offensive rankings stand out to you?
It's crazy that 59.1% to 50 oh, you know what? Never mind. I read that wrong. No, nothing. I'm sorry. No, I was gonna say that seems a little closer. I thought it was 59 and 50. Yeah, my bad. See, I
But
guess I do need glasses.
no, but percentage wise, when you just look at the percentages, 52% to 59%, you would think that it would
Yeah.
be closer than what it is. With when you
Mm-hmm.
talk about 59.1, somebody else maybe not 59.3, that could be a
Mm-hmm.
difference between being in 11th place or 13th place. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah.
I'm
But
just I'm just looking at that Russian offense and waiting for the next slide to show up and show why that's gonna be a pain in the ass.
yeah, but let me ask
But
you
yeah.
this though.
Hmm.
Do you think that the lack of weapons that we have uh as far as from the wide receiver position and even the tight end position, I'm gonna say that because we haven't utilized
Hmm.
the tight end positions, the tight end position like I thought we would when we acquired JT Sanders and paired him with Tommy Tremble.
Hmm.
Do you think because we don't have the weapons that we need is one of the reasons why the total offense, especially the passing offense, is ranked 31st in the league? And does that affect the rushing offense? Because early on we started off as one of the top five, top 10 teams in the league when it came to running the ball. Chuba Hubbard
Hmm.
was doing his thing, but we just didn't stay committed to the run like Dave Canales said we were going to be stubborn with it, right? So
Hmm.
do you think those things play a factor in the the way that the ranking is right now as far as total offense and passing offense?
Yeah, I think they all play a factor in it. Canales play calling. You saw earlier in the season where he showed more of a commitment, to getting Jatavian Sanders the ball, Tommy Tremble. And then it seems like, when Jatavion hurt his neck, he hasn't had, too much of an impact ever since then. And I don't know if that's intentional or is he more hurt than what he is. When the card says, CJ, I promise I'm not trying to hate on your slides or charts, but next time can we get some dividers for each category? It took me a minute to read this correctly. Talk to
Yeah,
the man
Nicole, that's
upstairs right there.
that that that
Hmm.
that's those my charts. Those my charts. And when you I no, I know what he mean, but when you put I couldn't even put all the categories in there that I would typically put in there because it would squeeze it in there so much. I mean, there wasn't much dividing that I can do. So it is what it is at this point. You know.
Hey, and shout out to Will for the $5 super chat. He said they're going to cry about Bryce Young all off season regardless, just like some didn't like him no matter what he did. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. That is a fact. And Will, again, thank you for the $5 super chat, big dog. We appreciate you, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
appreciate
you.
you, Will. Appreciate you, Will.
Hmm.
But go ahead, because I don't know if you finished your thought or not.
Oh yeah, and I was talking about Sanders, and and to be honest with you, it's like Adam Thielen, he's the oldest wide receiver on the team, but I think he's the one that is, consistently open the most. And I think it's because of his route running skills. Um, Jalen Coker,
Yeah,
he missed a few games. He's back now. I think there should be a focus on getting him the ball. Leggett, sometimes I think they need to do a little bit different things with his routes. I think they need to get him more go routes. You know what I mean? But and on the flip side of that too, when he has those go routes, one, he has to catch it, and two, Bryce has to get him the ball. Okay. Because I talked about last time, there was some plays where Bryce overthrows him, or Bryce is short on the throw, or whatever it is. But and I say this again, sometimes I think Dave Canales in his script, this is just my thought process on this, and I'm not saying this for anybody else but me. It seems like he has what he wants to do, and if that gets knocked out of whack ever so slightly, to me it seems like he changes the whole game plan. Um, this past week, for instance, look at how we went down the field. Look at the things that we did. We didn't see that again until the last play of the second to last drive for us of the half. Okay. And then
Mhm.
we did a little bit on the last drive of the half, got it down to in field goal range, and good old no dinero Panero, missed the field goal. So I think it's a combination of a lot of things. Okay. And as we've
Yeah,
said all season long, there are struggles on this team. Okay. But it is a team. There are individuals on this team that struggle at certain things, but it's not just one person that you can point the blame at. Okay. There's been struggles by every unit on this team has had its struggles at some point. I think the most consistent unit on this team all season has to go to the offensive line. Okay. But there have been moments, and there have been a game or two where they look lost out there, i.e., the Cowboys game. You know, and shoot, you can kind of say this past week
this
because
last temp, yeah.
yeah,
I was just
you
gonna
you can
say that.
say that because they couldn't open up a running lane to save their neck, But and at the same time, Dave Canales got away from the running game. So I mean, if you throw one dart, I can throw another dart right behind it and say, well, add this on to it. You throw another dart up here
Right.
in the other part of the dartboard. I'm like, okay, well, I'll follow you with one more, and we'll throw this and we'll talk about this with it too. So it's a lot of stuff. It's a whole lot of
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely it
Look,
can
Tony.
definitely be a topic. I swear this is some smooth slide actually. Appreciate you, Diggy. Appreciate you, my guy. Um I hope look look pistache. Oh my
That's
god.
funny.
My God. There is definitely so many topics of discussion that need to be
Mhm.
talked about, but I think a lot of those things can be attributed to making changes. I think most people like you and I want to see and agree that there's some wholesale changes that need to be made, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Last year was the offensive side of the ball. When you're talking about how badly the offensive line played, things of that nature. We went out and addressed that, and we got more consistency and upgrade in the offensive line, which attributed to a better running game this year than last year. Um, it seems like Bryce is okay, is on the trajectory to possibly be what the Panthers hope he will be when they drafted him number 1 overall last year. So I don't think quarterback will be in the equation at all. not this late in the game, but I don't think it'll be in the equation at all. And I think Andy Dalton has mentioned that he wants to come back. Now I'm of the mindset. I hope that we upgrade with a younger veteran
Mm.
quarterback because I just think Andy Dalton time, it is what it is at this point. So
Jack Plummer.
uh yeah,
Did you see him go out in that preseason game? The 2 game, he threw for 400 yards. Jack Plummer. Sorry.
hmm
I heard that a
yeah,
lot over the past week too. I'm sorry. Continue,
yeah.
cuz. My bad.
I heard it too, but I refuse to even give it any breath of did not give it without one second thought.
So
So
basically said I need Jack.
here you go. Here
Yeah,
you
that's
go.
funny.
Yeah. So yeah, there's some things I agree that needs to be some attention needs to be paid to, especially from the tight end position. I think they need to do more to get the tight ends involved into the game. Especially right now. I mean, it's probably too late, but when Chuba went out, you need another offensive threat to go along with the receivers that you have on the outside. And I think that getting the tight ends more involved, since they both are healthy right now in the game, that we will see a little bit more than what we see right now. All
Okay.
right.
Gotcha.
So let's get into the next line. Now we're gonna go to the defensive side
Bum,
of the
bum,
ball.
bum.
This is what we all love to talk about right here. Our wonderful defense. We got that 1985 Chicago Bears defense, that Buddy Ryan defense. You know what I'm saying?
Muddy
Yeah,
Ryan. No, we
yeah,
got we got we got that Muddy Brian defense, not Buddy Ryan. That's Muddy Ryan.
Buddy Ryan.
Yeah. No, no Muddy Brian. Not Ryan.
Oh God.
Muddy Brian defense.
Oh God. So right now the Carolina Panthers rate dead last in the NFL in total defense, giving up 396 yards per game. The Falcons are 19th at 340 points. I mean 340 yards a game. Passing defense, the Panthers are 16th in the league at 219 yards a game, and the Falcons are 19th at 221 yards a game. Rushing defense, we are dead last, giving up basically 177 yards per game. All right. The Falcons are 14th in the league at 118.4 yards per game. Red zone defense, they're pretty much almost even in this category. Panthers are 26 at 64.8, and the Falcons are 25th at 62.7%. All right. Points per game. The Panthers are dead last once again at 31 points a game. Let me repeat that. We are giving up 31 points a game on average. The Falcons are 20th in the league at 23.7, basically 24 24 points a game. CJ, it's all yours, my friend.
Shit, I don't want it. You can have that motherfucker back. I don't, I don't want it at all.
Oh God.
I'm just mad that when you turn to that slide, there are three, count them, three bars that are all the way at 30 seconds. Total defense,
Yeah.
rushing defense, points per game. You now, mind you, you have the Falcon. I'm sorry, the Saints game. This Bucks game that was really bad. Who else put up 40 on us? The Bears. But it's just like it's so disheartening to look at that. We're giving up 4 touchdowns and a field goal every game, like out of the gate. You might as well just put 31 up there and then just go from there to start. Um SC Pace, I swear some people in his fan base think Plummer is Joe Montana. Helen Keller would have a better chance to regain her hearing. Wow. Oh my God, let me tell you, there's some folks out there that's gonna see that and they gonna try to figure out where you
Hey,
stay at, dog. They ain't gonna like
and
that.
see, don't say that too loud, dog. You get
Hey,
there
make
there
sure you get
there
some
are some
security when you go out.
delusional Jack Plumber fans out there, and I that's all I can tell you. That's all I can say about
Hmm.
that. They are very delusional.
This slide is the reason Evero has to go. Hey.
Hey, if you ever wanted to go against, if he came into your office right now, he said, "Listen, here's my resume. Here's all the injuries we've been dealing with. I've been working with second and third stringers on the defensive line and on the back end. Like, listen, this is all I can do." And then you turn around as GM and be like, "Well, this is what all that has done. Your scheme
Look, you
has,
like, look at
yeah,
this.
yeah. Your scheme has caused this. You know,
Hmm.
your down your situation of football has caused this. You know, 3rd and 8 and your corner playing 15 yards off the ball has caused this. Like, I don't know, dog. He may not have as much ammunition going to the off season when it comes that time than most people think.
Hmm. Look like Little Bill,
Yeah.
man.
Yes, I actually have it bookmarked. I actually bookmarked where he said that. Let me see if I where I go find the
Oh,
bookmark.
Nakari, yes. Yes. That dude said he had some adjustments that he could make. Oh, but I almost said the wrong thing. But
Yeah,
brother,
yeah.
why
He
didn't
said
you make them
he's
week 2?
yes, he did. We'll get into that. But yes,
Woo!
he did.
Lord, have mercy.
He did say that. Yeah.
Mm,
All right. So, hey, I think this right here says it all because I don't really have much to say about this at all because we've been saying the same thing all season long. I
mm-hmm.
understand that the talent level is not there. That I've also understand that we have been dealing with a lot of injuries, but this is the NFL. This is the creme de la creme. You get paid to make things happen. If you can't make adjustments, you have to create what you have to try to create a strength in areas that you are deficient in, that you are
Mm-hmm.
weak in. If you don't have a pass rush, create one. It's not as hard as some people may think. I just think that he just a little bit overly cautious, and that has cost him. You
A
know,
little bit.
with the yeah, a play that has cost the team with their play on the field, and I
Mm-hmm.
think it's going to eventually cost him his position as defense coordinator.
Yep. We'll see.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna hop off of this, and we're gonna go into the keys to victory. So
Uh-oh.
I struggle with what to come up with here after going back and looking at some of Atlanta's last 2 games and comparing that to what we need to do offensively and defensively. Because I was like, does it even really matter? Like, this is the last game, dog. It ain't gonna change nothing at the end of the day. Especially when the injury report came out, I was like, I don't even know if I want to even put the energy or time into this, but here we are. Apply pressure to Penix, number one. Um, Rookie quarterback. He's had decent numbers the last couple of games. But what I know about Penix is if you can apply pressure to him consistently, get him off his spot, hit him a couple times, like University of Washington. I'm sorry, like Michigan did to Washington in CFP playoffs last year. They hit him
Mm-hmm.
early and often, got him off his spot. You saw the worst of Michael Penix early on in that game. When he doesn't have the time to sit back in the pocket, he will fold. So hopefully Evero can go out this last game. Send the dogs after him, man. To send the dogs after him, and hey, just look, hey, take a gamble. Like, well, what do you have to lose at this point, right? Um,
Yeah.
Try to run the ball, avoid the record books, air it out on offense, and avoid major injuries. Yeah. So, CJ, let's talk. let's start with number one. What do you think about applying the pressure to
Hold on.
Penix?
Wait. We gotta start with number three. Like SC Face said, avoid the record books is wild. Yeah, yes it
Yeah,
is. Yes it is. The defense has a chance to set two records. I get most points given up by defense and most rushing yards given up by defense. If I think it
NFL
might
history.
be
Don't skip that. You have to say in NFL history.
in NFL
Yeah,
NFL history. Yes, my bad.
yeah,
NFL history.
NFL history.
Yeah, I think I would be happy if we went 1 for 2 on those. If we could keep one of them from happening. I don't think we're gonna get out of this game and not do both.
You
I
know,
don't think that's I don't think
Wh-
no.
which
Mm-mm.
which one do you think we can avoid?
I think we can avoid the points. I don't think we're gonna avoid
The
the rushing
points.
yards. I think we can avoid the points. I think.
Mm.
Keyword I think. Okay. That's why I'm sitting here outside in my nicely finished shed and not working for the NFL because this is just my opinion.
Listen,
But
I think Michael Penix can have a career day if we continue if we play defense this last game like we have played the prior 16 games. I believe that boy can have a career day. He
yeah.
could throw a tiny spoon.
Yeah, and to what you just said, SC's comment right here. If they don't go out there and like I said, you got to be aggressive. You got to be aggressive on defense. And I know this is not Evero's scheme, but if just say in one of the multiverses out there, if you're a Marvel fan, in one of the multiverses, I somehow got to be defensive coordinator for this game. Let me tell you, I would blitz every single play. I'm sorry. I'm letting the safeties in the corner play man defense. I'm blitzing every damn play. I just like you said, throw the sink at them. He say brought the piano back for funsies. But
Nah,
yeah.
the car you ruined that. We got tired of your complaining, so we just done away with the piano. You ruined that. Go ahead, CJ.
But
My bad.
yeah, I mean, they got to be more aggressive. They got to, because if and mind you, Atlanta's offensive line are no slouches. Okay, that's damn
Right.
good offensive line. So if you let
Mhm.
this kid sit back there and just pick you apart, you know what I mean? Like you got to do something different because they have 16 games of film on Evero, and I guarantee you, all of it looks damn near the same from week to week to week. You know one thing. Well, okay, just say JC was there. All right, you know one thing. If he was there, you put your number one wide receiver in the slot and let him eat. Okay, when number two, you know that all you got to do is run that ball up the middle. Okay, and you run enough plays up the middle, and you get that defense hunched together a little bit. You kick one out to the outside. You throw a toss. Number three, we can't guard a screenplay worth a flying fuck. Teams kill us on screenplays. And I mean, and it can be the simplest of screenplays. A running back goes out wide and he gets one block from a wide receiver and it's 20 yards down the damn field. Okay, my God, don't let him get a convoy out there. Don't let the guard in the center pull and get out in front of somebody. It's over. It's over. Pack up the kids, pack up the car. Party time's done. Go vacation's over. Go home. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Carolina
he
Rush was
got to do
going out.
something different. Got to do something different, dog. Got to.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. If it's 3rd and 20, we know they're getting the first. Yeah, because if it's 3rd and 20, the cornerbacks or the safeties are going to be covering out in the parking lot. That's where they're going to be at. That is where they're
That
going to
is
be at.
true.
Mm-hmm.
That is
Yep.
true.
So, but yeah, but
All right.
that's my thoughts on applying pressure to Michael
I,
Penix.
I guess I should have put that number one, huh? Avoid the record books. Yeah. Okay. So, hey, number two is try to run the ball. CJ, what's your take? What's your thoughts on that?
They gotta stick with it, man. They gotta stick with it. I know Chuba is
No
out.
matter what.
No matter what, you gotta stick with it, and that's another thing. Get more creative with your play calls. Raheem Blackshear and Michael Boone are not Chuba Hubbard. Okay. I know there's got to be some plays in that playbook that could take advantage of what those two do well. You know what I mean? Something to get them going on the outside. Something where the guard and the
Right.
center pull, just like other teams do to us. Get some blockers out there in front of it and make it happen. You know what I mean? Blackshear and Mike Boone running straight up, up the middle, off guard and in the center. I mean, to me, that's not gonna get it. And that's basically what they did in the Tampa Bay game. And then you had that one trick play that they tried to run to Avelis Jr. and shit, that was the run game. That was it. So no matter what, they got to stick to it. I don't care who is out there. I don't care. Shoot, I don't care if I had to wrap my knees up in bath towels. Bath towels and band-aids and go out there. God damn it, hand me the damn ball and let me go get it. If I get knocked out in the backfield, this time, hey,
Go
two
get
plays later, line me up, coach. I'm gonna go try it again. Shit, I'm
no,
serious.
no. And ain't no 2 plays later. You gonna go get another Band-Aid. What you gonna go?
Hey, I'm getting another band-aid. I'm gonna be back in 2 plays.
Oh
give,
God.
give me the ball, coach. but
Oh
um,
my
but yeah,
God.
but you know what though? Now, mind you, if you get out there and you get the defense lined up in a set where you have something queued up and you can change into a play and you got the advantage. I mean that's one thing, but it's just like we run, throw. It worked on the first drive. We had a couple runs in there, but we had a couple big plays. With Bryce in the passing game, and then after that, it was just like, oh, okay, so the passing game is working. Let's just go ahead and abandon the run. So yeah,
Q
suit up.
Tyler
We
said we
we
need you an edge.
we need you it, man. Hey, I damn sure give it a shot, but I damn sure ain't quick enough to get past none of them damn offensive linemen. So you know,
But I want to go back to this comment with digging. I see a QQ Tyler agree with him. But you
mm-hmm.
know what? Hold up though. The couple times they got the few times. Let me slow down. I'm trying to get my words out. The few times that they got the ball into Devin Tompkins' hands, he hasn't done anything with it. I don't know what everybody is seeing and hoping because I haven't seen him do anything when he has gotten the ball. Like the dude is not as dynamic as we may think just because he's a speedier, shiftier back. There's a reason why he hasn't gotten the ball, and
Mm.
when he has gotten the ball this year, or the time that he has been with Carolina, he hasn't done anything with it. Like he doesn't move the needle to the point to where I feel like we need to force feed Devin Tompkins the ball. He's not that dude to me. So
What
that's just my opinion.
Yeah, now I kind of sort of agree, and I'm not saying that you got to force feed the ball to him, but it would be nice to see him in the mix a little more with some design plays.
Mm.
Well, I mean they've done a few end arounds with him. Like him coming in motion and they're snapping the ball, handing off to him while he's in motion. Now I think that worked a couple times earlier in the season.
Jet sweep.
uh
You talking about jet
Jet
sweep?
sweep. There you go. Jet sweep.
Yeah.
Um yeah, but I agree with him though. I mean, I wouldn't mind them incorporating him a little more into the game plan. I'm not saying that they got to go out there and give him 20 targets or something, but something more than he has been. I do agree with him on that one. Hold on, QJ said I'm 5'6", 330 and some change. I can get 6 yards on our defense. We softer than baby shit.
Brother, if you 5'6", 330 pounds, you ain't even about to get no cleats on to get on the field. You ain't about to do nothing. Do
Hey,
nothing.
don't let him discourage you, QJ. Hey, I agree. I agree. Cause let me tell you, you hit
QJ
Shy Tuttle
linebacker.
last.
Yeah, QJ ain't
Hey,
no 5'6",
hold
330.
on, Tony. He hit Shy Tuttle last and knocked him back at least 4 yards. From what I seen from Shy Tuttle this season, hey, he run straight to Shy
Yeah.
Tuttle. Shy Tuttle going backwards like this right here. Like my bad, dog. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, airing out on offense. Sorry, airing out on offense. I know there's been quite a few Panther fans that I've seen on Twitter. There was like, you know what, this is the last game of the season. What do you have to lose? Let's just go out there and just
Let
air
it
it out.
go.
And I thought about, I'm like, I'm 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 with the mindset that hey, be a little bit more aggressive with the ball and hey, it can't hurt. Basically what I'm
Mm-mm.
saying. It can't hurt. There's no need or reason to go out there and be conservative. Tap more into your playbook and
Mm-hmm.
let's see what happens. Let's see what
Yeah.
happens because win or lose, this game really doesn't change anything for you. Um, whatever Dave Canales and Dan Morgan, those guys, whatever they thought is on Bryce, they already have it. Like this game is not going to change anything. You know what I mean? So just to see what you have, this could be an opportunity where you put Devin Tompkins and Dan Chisena and those guys, some of the guys off the practice squad, some guys that we haven't seen much of at all this year and that people don't really know about. Put those guys out there and just let them go. Just let them
Mm-hmm.
go. Just air it out. Just fuck it.
Yeah. Pretty much.
What you
Pretty
think,
much.
CJ?
Shoot, I agree. Now, mind you, as a Panther fan base, we gonna be mad if they go out there and air the ball out like we want them to, and we mess around and win. We gonna be sitting hollering, screaming, "Where the hell was this all season?"
Yeah, yeah.
So you make sure you put that one back up there again, huh?
No, I wanted to shout out Big Walt. I don't think this is the first time he has said anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
tell him needs to go ASAP.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, lot of people with you on that one. Shot to the goddamn
He do.
moonwalk.
Mm-hmm. He
Yeah,
do.
don't let the big weight fool you. Tone I can still run. I'm a D1 athlete in the
In
JUCO
a
bar.
JUCO body. God dang.
Hey, whoever recruited you in the JUCO level, they need their job fired too. They need to be fired too. They need to just turn
God
in
dang,
their
Tony.
key card. They need to turn their key card. We already got the box packed up for you. You know what I'm saying? We'll send you your severance package.
I turn in the key card.
Let's
Oh
see.
God, yo. Oh, you talking about
Yeah,
Chateau the
he has been.
moonwalking.
Yeah, yeah, moonwalking.
hmm
Cutie.
But
All
but
right,
but yeah,
go
man.
ahead,
Yeah,
Zach.
I just I want them to, like I said, we ain't got nothing to lose. Okay. We are assured of a top 10 pick either way. For us to move up any higher, you know, somebody above us is going to have to win. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see.
Mhm. What's the purpose of the NFL waiting until the last minute to announce Week 18 games? From
Mm,
what they, sorry, that was not a fart. That was me clearing my throat. So I want to clarify that. Brought to my attention. Um, I just, I believe it's they trying to maximize the whatever CJ. They're trying to maximize their dollars. They're trying to put what they consider what they think to be prime time games on the schedule first. So the games that don't have any meaning, like teams with the worst records or two teams that have bad records playing each other, they would rather put them at a different time slot than the prime time game, saying two teams that may be in playoff contention or someone that has an opportunity to clinch a number one, number two seed or something like that, like something of some game of relevance as
mm-hmm.
opposed to a game that has none at all.
Yeah.
So that's what they've been doing that for years with that flex
Mm-hmm.
schedule. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Especially the last 3 or 4 weeks of the season.
yeah. Waiting to see all of the playoff clinching scenarios. Just like
Hmm.
the Vikings and the Lions are playing for I don't know if they playing for the division and the number one seed or just the number one seed. Well, probably both. Yeah. No. Hey, real talk though. Real talk. I want KFC to bring back those boneless chicken bites that they had back in the day.
Oh
The new
my
ones that
God.
they
Are
got
we
are
serious?
trash. The old ones with the sauce on them, fire. I used to kill those things all the time. That's probably why I'm as big as I am now. But yeah, yeah,
Oh my.
QJ. Yeah. They said fraternity of KFC, extra crispy. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yo. Hey man,
Hey,
he up here crying.
hey, QJ, you need to get KFC and some Greek letters. We're gonna put that on the shirt for you. Oh my God. Okay. Shout out to the Divine Nine, man. Um,
Oh God, not lambda grease lambda. Bake five bake
Greasify me.
extra five crispy.
Oh
God.
Lord.
Ah. All
Oh
right, we
God, man. Yeah,
apologize,
yeah.
y'all. We apologize.
Okay.
Ah.
All right.
Mm,
We get back on schedule now.
yeah.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Oh God.
Uh,
Mm.
QQQ said LOL. QQQ said, man,
Yeah.
the chicken
Yes.
meat sandwich.
Yes. Yes. Mr. OQ Tyler. Yes. Yes. I agree.
Y'all are horrible. Y'all are horrible,
Hey,
man.
fat boy behavior right here,
Oh
though.
God.
In its finest.
All right. So our next slide,
Mm.
because we're gonna deal with Ivero later on the last one. But the next slide, we're gonna pay homage to our homeboy in the Panther spotlight,
Hold on. You forgot one.
JC. No, no, no. I said we're gonna come back to it. We'll come
No, the
back to it. The enemy
injuries.
spot.
The injuries.
Huh?
Then you have one more on the injuries. Avoid major injuries.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I did, didn't I? Yes. Yes, y'all got me all out of sorts, man. I forgot what we were talking about. Yes, that is the key. The last one is avoid major injuries. Because we
Mm-hmm.
dealing with so many injuries on both sides of the ball, or just say as a
Yeah.
team in general.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it would be imperative. I think that it would be imperative that we can get through this last game and avoid any major injuries to anybody, whether you're a starter or a backup playing as a starter this weekend. So I just want to see us avoid any major injuries going into this last game and going to this off season as healthy as possible. And the guys that are injured, that they have enough time this off season to rest up and get back on the field. CJ, what you think?
I'm sorry. you know, we eat left and right over. Oh God, I had to put that up there. But yeah, Tony. And for any of these guys on the injury list, if they have any kind of inkling that something might be a little worse off than it is, yeah, just go ahead and sit down. Don't risk it. And all I can do is say a prayer to the good Lord and just hope that we get out of this game injury free. Or if we do have any injuries, it's something minor. Hopefully nobody has anything where it's going to take them all off season and all of the rest of this year to rehab. So but yeah, I agree. Hopefully we can avoid that stuff.
And I meant to look this up earlier, but I can't remember. Does Atlanta still have any playoff hopes? Is it possible that they can still get a
Yeah.
wild card? It is.
Oh, I don't know about a wild card. But I know Tampa Bay has to lose and they have to beat us. But excuse me, Tampa Bay does play New Orleans, so you know I don't
Right.
no I don't think there's any hope for a wild card because the Commodores had to lose both of their last two games for Atlanta to have a shot, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not, because they were 9-6, if I'm not mistaken.
What is it?
So
The Detroit Commodores?
no, the Washington
The
Commodores.
one I know you're talking about. I know you're talking about.
If my boy
Like,
Daniel is
trying to
watching
throw a
that,
little
that's
old
for you,
time
bud.
reference in there. Oh, Daniel? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if my boy Daniel is watching that, that's for him. But now I always call them the Commodores, just for joking sake. But I think that was one of their scenarios heading into last week. If Washington would have lost both of the games they had left, and then the Falcons won, which was imperative because the Falcons played Washington and they lost to them. Okay, but yeah, let me see. He looked like Mike Tolbert. Wow. Wow. Hey, but the real talk, we need another damn Mike Tolbert on this team. I swear we do. I swear we do.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
promise you, we need another Mike Tolbert on this damn team somewhere, somehow. But yeah. But
There
I
was
think
a
I think them winning the division now may be the only way they're getting into the playoffs.
okay. All right. Okay. So now we will oh my bad. So now we'll just go ahead and jump to our Panther Spotlight. And our Panther Spotlight this week, the final week of the season, is paying homage to J.C. Horn, who made his first Pro Bowl ever. You know, he's a first time Pro Bowler. So give a shout out to J.C. Horn for that accomplishment. CJ, you know, you and I, we both agreed. We talked about this at the beginning of the season, especially during training camp when we were when one of the things that we had put on our wish list for the season was
Mm-hmm.
that JC Horn will stay injury free. That he will remain healthy and play at least. I think we said what at least 14 or 15 games this year. Like if he missed
Yeah.
one or two for little nagging
Mm-hmm.
injuries,
Mm-hmm.
that'd be cool. But we always known what kind of talent he is, what he has, and what he means to the defense when he's on the field. We always felt like he's a top five corner when healthy. The biggest thing has always been with him staying healthy and to the point to where he can prove such thing. And
Yeah.
this year it paid off for him. Well deserved. I'm happy for him. So with that being said, CJ,
Mm-hmm.
do you think it's time for them to pay him?
Hell yeah. Okay. And I was thinking about this earlier. I'm glad you brought this up. We do not need to have Brian Burns situation 2.0. Okay? Because if you if you don't go ahead and make some kind of a offer for him in this off season and you let this crap linger, just like you did with Brian Burns, and it gets into next season, not saying JC Horn may want to go somewhere, but tomorrow's price is never today's price. Okay. The price 6 months from now is not today's price. All right.
That's right.
Mr. Magic Man with the with the finances, Brant Tillis.
Yeah.
You need to go out here and do your thing and get this man paid. And everybody saying that how they gutted the defense, to fix the offense. All right. Well, you want to start turning that around. This is where you start at. You go ahead and pay
I
J.C.
agree.
Horn. Give that
I
man
agree.
his money. Because we have seen it every game this season. Okay. We have seen it. When he has been on the opposing team's number one wide receiver, they don't do a whole lot. He has not been perfect. Okay. He's not been perfect. He's given up passes. He's given up a few touchdowns. But the numbers are it's just a stark
That's just
difference from.
football. Yeah,
Yeah, it's just football. But but numbers there. Everybody like to say people lie, but numbers don't. Look at the opposing team's number one wide receiver when J.C. Horn is matched up with him.
that is
Okay,
correct. There was a
and
stat. Somebody put that on Twitter. I can't remember. Oh, excuse
mm-hmm,
me. I can't remember where I saw that, but they said um, when he's matched up against the number one wide receiver from opposing teams, I think the most that he has given up is like 45 yards this
mm-hmm,
year.
yeah.
This year. So
Yeah, and it always baffled me. It always baffled me. Now mind you, it's Evero's scheme, okay. And I think I said this last time we went live, but his scheme must be allergic to sending help. Or like like or have just say like JC is on one side of the field and then number one is on the other, and you got Mike Jackson covering. His
right.
scheme must be allergic to sending help. Double coverage. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
somebody tell me if I'm wrong. I don't know if I particularly seen it much this season, but yeah, I mean, but for JC though, because this is going into the same thing. Now we've already extended and signed him for his 5th year. I think his 5th year is
Mm.
$12 million guaranteed. Okay, the same thing like we did with Brian Burns. Okay, go ahead and get this man. I would say, yeah, if they could shoot, I would love it if they could get him paid before the damn draft. You know what I mean? And that would be
You
one thing they could just go
yeah,
ahead and get out the way.
yeah.
You know.
Your one true and only bright spot on defense is in who just made the Pro Bowl. I don't see no reason why they can't um go ahead and get this extension done in the offseason. Now, when they
Hmm.
get it done, it doesn't really matter to me. Like I said, I think Brent Tillers, and this is something that Brent Tillers and Dan Morgan, those guys have been talking about and probably been working on already. I don't think it's no last minute thing that's going to get done. I'm pretty sure they've
Hmm.
been in talks with J.C. Horn and his agent. I just hope that something will get done. I believe that something will get done. So the exact time frame, for me, I'm not really concerned with. I just want to see it get done. Cause just like you just said, just because of how things played out with Brian Burns, and that was almost like a 2 year process, and then we end up trading him away for hardly anything that we should, as fans,
Hmm.
we should have got back for Brian Burns. So I just hope that we avoid any situation like that because yeah, I know Derek Brown is coming back next year. I know Josie Jewell will be back, but as of right now, this has been your Iron Man on defense. This has been your best defensive player. He has shown you when healthy, he can be a top five cornerback in this league. And I like the fact that when Ivero and Dave Canales and um, Cooper, the defensive back coach, tried to surprise him and tell him about making the Pro Bowl, and they talked about how he committed to the offseason program, sticking around the facility, getting with a nutritionist and people of that nature, and the Panthers had a plan. So, we talked about how the first couple years, JC did his own thing, offseason workouts. Well, this time he
Hmm.
committed to doing the plan that the Panthers had laid out for him, and now he is reaping the benefits from that. So I think hopefully that will continue. His father played in the league. He knows how to be a pros pro that can educate him and tell him about all these good things and how these things can benefit him. Is what I'm trying to say.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
I just hope I just hope that it continues going forward.
Hey, and I just want to say, hey, Deontay, let me tell you, you took the words right out of my mouth because that was gonna be my next
That's
statement
right.
when Tony finished.
Facts.
Um, Now, okay, just say the odd chance that we win Sunday and drop the number 9, and Abdul Carter is gone, Mason Graham is gone. We probably wouldn't have got Hunter anyway. All of them are gone. I would not be mad if the Panthers went with the best cornerback available. If my man from
Will
who is it?
Johnson
Yeah,
from
just
Michigan.
yeah, just say he was sitting there at number 9. I
To
would
me,
not be mad at that at all.
or to us, that would be a no
Hmm.
brainer.
Yeah.
That would be a no brainer. That
Hmm.
would be a no brainer. You
Because if
know,
this draft
if
is as deep as they say it is, at the
it
defensive
is,
line spot and defensive end, go ahead and take him. Now, mind you, if there's a Mason Graham sitting there or Abdul Carter, whichever one they evaluate higher on their draft boards, I mean, go ahead and take them. But if whatever they do at their first pick, or whatever they decide to trade or do whatever, because we have like one pick in the top 50 picks. And I think our next pick is like 54 or something. So
mhm,
currently, all right. But yeah, we've got to get somebody on the other side of JC Horn to make this work. Okay? Because Mike Jackson he was great for what he could do this year. Okay? He didn't
he's
set the world,
serviceable.
he was serviceable. He did not set the world on fire, none of that. But he went out there and did what he can do. Okay. But if we can get
Yeah,
somebody in here, I say keep Mike Jackson, but if we can get somebody in here to potentially bump Mike Jackson down a notch on the depth chart to, cornerback 3 or something, or whatever, but planning for the future, you know, and also if the shit hits the fan with this and they don't have a deal done by the draft, and we continue down this Brian Burns 2.0 road, like Deontay said, some insurance. So, you know,
yeah, yeah. I'm agreeing with you, CJ. You know, we've been talking about this ever since we uh began this podcast. And we talked about how much that we needed a corner each and every year. The past 2, 3 years, we've talked about the cornerback position, the cornerback position, the cornerback position. Every off season, free agency, and leading up to the draft, we need to give J.C. Horn another um, corner opposite of him, just like we talked about. We needed another defensive tackle opposite of Derrick Brown. Now, unfortunately, he
mm-hmm,
got hurt first game of the season, but I would like to have seen what him and Ashawn Robinson could have done when they jail. There was no
yeah,
jail that first game, but throughout the season, as the season went on, I would love to see what they would have done because Ashawn Robinson came on. He didn't do anything those first 3 or 4 games. We
mm-hmm,
know he was looking real suspect, and then he hit that switch. Right now, he leads team in sacks, and that's saying a lot for someone
yeah,
that's not even a quote unquote pass rusher. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm,
So,
facts.
like I said, I would just love to have seen what he could have done with Derrick Brown. So now it's definitely time that we get somebody of equal value to J.C. Horn opposite of him. You know?
Okay,
Yeah.
cool beans. But
Anything
hey,
else on
again,
J.C.? Oh, go ahead.
hey, shout out to JC. Hey, I think it's well deserved. Well deserved.
Will
Well
Robinson
deserved.
said we need to pay JC before the beginning of free agency, clear cap space for more defensive help. That's true.
Facts.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's true. Deontay White said Mike Jackson is a good cornerback 3 or 4. Yeah, I think he'd be a good cornerback 3. I wouldn't say 4, but I think he could be a good cornerback 3. I think as time went on this season, he by him getting familiar with the scheme, the play around him, things of that nature. I think he kind of settled into his position and got better as the season went on. Now I still think we need to upgrade above him, but I think, when you look at
Mm-hmm.
his game in totality for throughout the season, I think Mike Jack was serviceable. And he was definitely getting picked on early on in the season. Like whenever a team needed to throw and get a first down, they went right at Mike Jack. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, but
Yeah.
he didn't give up too many explosive plays. He didn't never. To me, he didn't never look lost or out of position. You know, he was
Mm-hmm.
just getting beat. But I think he got better as time goes on. But we
Yeah.
still, all in all, we still need to upgrade that position.
Mm. But if they draft one, somebody draft somebody of the caliber where they can come in and start off the season as cornerback 3, but slowly, flip the book around, and by the end of the year, show that they could be, cornerback 2 of the future, or hell,
Let me tell you,
if God forbid JC don't work out, cornerback 1 of the future, something.
if for whatever reason, depending on where we draft at, and we were able, just say hypothetical. I'm gonna just throw this
Mm.
hypothetical out there. If we were in a position where we could draft Travis Hunter, he's going to start. All right,
Oh
he
yeah.
ain't no QB3. Will Johnson, as much as we talk about Travis Hunter,
Mm-hmm.
Will Johnson is just as good of a corner as Travis Hunter.
Mm.
We don't talk about Will Johnson because he didn't play this year because he's been out. But Will Johnson is just as much of a shutdown corner as Travis Hunter is.
Okay.
Yeah. So he definitely will come in and start.
Okay. Gotcha.
All right. Then I have to say I'm passing on Travis Hunter. Okay.
Shoot, I don't think we have to pass on him. I think he's gonna be gone regardless.
Right, right. Yeah, I don't think we have the option to pass on. So Will is a better corner. Travis just a better overall player.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. I can somewhat agree with that. I think, yeah, I ain't gonna get too far into that, but yeah, basically you can't go wrong with either one of them. Basically, what I'm trying to say. No, Kobe Bryant from Kansas City is not it. QJ Smith, and you know this if you've been in the same rooms that I've been in and watched the breakdown on Kobe Bryant. You know damn well he is not it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh God. I'm done talking here right now. All right, so let's get into what we all been waiting for. Something that makes Panther Nation extremely happy. The most lovable guy on the team. Enemy spotlight of the day is Ejiro Evero, defensive coordinator, Carolina Panthers. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Everyone's
Ah.
favorite defensive coordinator. You know, uh, I can go through the list of nicknames that everybody has for Evero. Deontay said Ian Thomas.
Oh God.
No, definitely not.
Oh my
CJ,
God.
CJ, I'm not even gonna open this up with a soliloquy. I'm just gonna get right into it, dog. How you feeling about Ejero Rivero? Look, you know what? Does he
Hmm.
stay or does he go?
Okay. I know a lot of y'all are gonna hate me when I say this, but I think there is a better chance than you said most lovable. There's a better chance than people think that he's going to be here next year. Okay. Now,
Mhm.
mind you, I was looking at an article earlier, and it said, has Evero put his players in the best position to win? Okay. And I think the thing that stands out is JC Horn. How he doesn't follow the team's number one wide receiver. Okay. And you've seen a lot of teams that go up against us lately. They put their cornerback, I mean their wide receivers in the slot a lot more than they normally would. Okay. But
Mhm.
but I don't his scheme is one of those schemes where it's good if everything goes perfectly according to plan. Okay. Well, as just about everybody knows in life, hardly anything goes according to plan, and you have to be able, to adjust. Okay, you.
My bad. My bad. I had to put that up there.
Wow. Oh God, now I'm not going to be able to unsee that. Okay, all right. Thank you, QJ. Thank you. But but no, I don't think that I think he's had a hard time making adjustments. In that comment he made, where there are some adjustments that he can make, and I'm
Right.
like, bruh, why haven't you made them already? Why didn't you start them in week 2 was the time to make adjustments, dog. Week 2, not week 18. We here. Y'all ranked number 32nd in damn near every category. They might be ranked 32nd in how long it take them to get off the field after the game. I mean, some stupid ass category like that. If it was one, you know. But but the reason why I say that he might have a chance to make it, one, because of Canales' comments last week where he said he loved the 3-4 scheme because he knows what it does when it works. Okay. And for
Mm-hmm.
everybody out there, you got to realize, as much junk as we talk about everyone in this scheme, okay, and his defense this year, and as the numbers say, um, he hasn't had the opportunity to get, I think, the caliber of player that he wanted, that he wants. Okay. So you think about it now, where we focused on the offense this past season for the most part. We brought in some pieces on defense that I think will work good, but he's also Joe Rockhead. But he's also had to deal with a crap ton of injuries as well. Okay. So I think that's something that's going to go in his favor. And if we go into this draft and it goes the way a lot of people wanted to go as a defensive draft, and he can get some younger players in here to help this defense, and add to that, if we're able to clear up enough cap space to attract some better talent on defense, okay? Because we can't fix all this through the draft. The draft would be a great starting point, but we can't fix all this through the draft. We have to be able to bring in
Yeah.
some defensive help, in free agency. Okay. And if they do, just say
Facts.
they don't get a Mason Graham, I think one of the things they need to do is go out and try to sign or potentially trade for some type of help at nose tackle. They got to get somebody in here, because Shy Tuttle is not going to be it this year for this defense. Okay. So, like I said, free agency is going to be key. Will the Panthers have enough money to go out there and attract some key free agents? And then you gotta account JC Horn and his contract situation in all this as well. Okay. So how much of that, how much, if they do get a new contract done, how much is that going to be a cap hit to what we have to spend? Okay. And also the article also brought up too, now, one thing about a team is continuity. Okay. So you
Right.
have these players here, and they have been in, and some of them have been in Evero scheme for 2 years. Okay. So, it may, given what I just said, if all that comes to fruition and we get that talent in here, we get the some key free agents, we get some talent in the draft that can come in here and help, it might be advantageous to go ahead and let this man try this again, with the talent, with the free agents, and that's one less distraction. That's one less that's one less side of the ball where you have to go ahead and revamp everything, learn a new system, potentially bring in new coaches. They've had most of these coaches the time he has been here. So, it's all about continuity and trying to make things flow as smoothly as possible into the next season. So that's just my take
Yeah.
on why he might still be here next year. Okay. Now,
Okay.
if with that being said, I do think that if anything he should have learned from this season is he has to be able to put adjustments into his scheme. He's got to learn from this
Regardless
season.
of the
He
talent. Regardless of the
regardless
talent.
regardless
Right.
of the talent. Okay, because
Yeah.
that's my thing. When I used to work, at my other job, okay, we had routes that we had to run. I had 18 routes, 18 trucks. Okay, if a truck broke down and everything was okay. Just say everything was going great throughout the whole day, and we get to about an hour being done, and I had a truck breakdown. Okay, well, you know what? I couldn't just be stubborn and be like, all right, well, we just gonna have to wait till they get out there and get the truck fixed or something before we can finish. No,
Right.
I had to adjust. I had to improvise. I had to do what I had
Keep
to
the
do.
efficiency going.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to
Yeah.
compare the two. I know it's totally different, NFL and my job, but
No,
he had.
but your analogy is spot on though.
Yeah, but he had multiple injuries in the game. I mean, there were days when I had 4 or 5 trucks break down. People had to go home, emergencies, things like that. And like I said, if he learned one thing this offseason, I hope he learns that his scheme needs more adjustments. Okay, he has to be able to adapt. And like you said, Tony, regardless of the personnel, okay, I think
Yeah.
he has to, look at his evaluate the talent that he has a little bit more on this team. And I
Hmm.
know that's hard. And I know that's hard, especially I would let me see, I compare it to last year. Okay. It was hard for the offensive line coach, to evaluate talent on his side of the ball because the guard spot was a revolving door. That was damn near different guard every game of the season.
Plus,
So
plus, he spent half his time in tip off for snitching. Let's not forget that
I
neither.
this is true. This is true. This is true. But but and also in Evero's defense, that's kind of the way it's been on the defense this year too. I mean, there's been people, in and out, in and out.
Right.
So, like I said, as much as we don't want him to be here, Panther Nation, I think there is a good shot that he will be our offensive coordinator, no, a defensive coordinator next year. But that being said, and if that is the case, he's got to show and prove. He cannot go out
Yeah.
here next year if he's still here and have a defense anywhere close to this. Close to
Right.
this. If we go out there and we don't have a bunch of major injuries throughout the whole season, and we're still sitting there at 32nd, and we're still, the running lanes are as wide as I-85 in Atlanta. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then he gonna have to go then. But
I'm 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 a, I'm gonna skip a lot of comments because Mr. QQQ said, "So are you saying give him the draft picks and free agency he want, and so are you saying give him the
mm,
draft picks and free agents he want, and we'll be okay?"
well, I'm saying that might be a case for him to stay, because if you look at the free agents that we've brought in his 2 years here, they haven't really been like, nobody has really jumped off the board and be like, oh my god, I can't believe we got this person. The people we got in here, the people we like, oh okay, we think they're going to be solid. All right, we all thought the Fuller kid, what's his first name, crap.
Jordan
Jordan
Fuller.
Jordan Fuller. He is an
Yeah,
Evero guy. Okay. He's
yeah.
gonna come
I
in.
thought
He's
that
gonna be
too.
a good fit. I did too. Nick Scott, Evero guy. Okay.
I thought that
Josie
too.
Jewell, Evero guy. Even though I think Josie's been solid, but he was hurt for a
Yeah,
few
he's been
games.
solid.
Um,
Yeah.
Ashawn
Hey,
Robinson is
Sean.
probably the best of the bunch as far as free agents that we brought in
Facts.
on defense this year. And like you said, Tony, he started off kind of slow. Okay. But I'm sorry. I was
Mm.
trying not to pay attention to QJ comment. Oh, and I'm sorry, Mr. Hunky Dory. Thank you for the $2 super chat, man. We greatly
Yeah.
appreciate you. He
Appreciate
said,
you, Mr.
"Thank
Hunky
goodness it's
Dory.
Friday. Just got home. Turned the heat up. It's cold. I appreciate you, Mr. Hunky Dory." But yeah, Ashawn Robinson got to be the best of the bunch that we had, in free agency. And like I said, that might be a case for him. You know what I mean? But and in the same sense too, um, if I'm not mistaken, these are people that he probably asked for. You know.
Well, yeah, definitely. Guys that because they talked about that. They
Mm-hmm.
talked about that, and that was something I was hoping last year when there was so much turnover, and turmoil on the offensive side of the ball. We talking about the head coach, the offensive coordinator, things of that nature, dealing with Bryce as a rookie. I was hoping
Yeah.
that we would keep Ivero to establish or keep some continuity on the team. all right,
Mm-hmm.
to keep some continuity on the team. And by him bringing in this 3-4 defense, we talked about it, CJ, quite a few times that we didn't necessarily have all the pieces to run a 3-4 scheme. You know, it wasn't going to be a one off season fix to it. So when he had the opportunity to bring in guys that has played with him, whether it was in Denver or in LA, I felt like these guys knew the scheme. There would be less teaching, and they could just jump right in. It would be a smoother transition, not only for the defense but for those players. Now, I drunk that tea as well. You know what I mean. I definitely drunk that tea as well, but it didn't pan out. Like yeah, I saw that comment earlier when you was talking, but it just didn't pan out that way, man. And I kind of lost my lost my train of thought. Man, take that off the screen. uh, I forgot my train of thoughts. Let me get into these comments. Mr. T. Curtis, what's good? Mr. T. Curtis said, "What's good, fellas?" Uh, Mr. Hunkador said, we have had injuries, but we have players who can play multiple positions. They may not be the best, but that is what we got. Play chess, Evero. Yeah, well, I think this chess game about over with. Yeah. Just a couple more moves, 1, 2 moves, he'll be checkmate. Everyone flip him off. No, I'm skipping him. I'm trying to be serious.
Hey, and T Curtis had a good comment here. He said, I think at the peak of the 23 season, we were ranked third in total yards allowed. Now we're 32nd. I don't know. I think the easier thing to do is to get rid of Evero, but I don't see anyone doing well with this sorry defense. And yes, and Tony brought up a point about him having to deal with a rookie quarterback as well, because we were in a lot more games last year. Okay. If we could have got a few more points on the board. So you got to put that,
Yeah,
you got to add that into the things
the equation.
the case, yeah, the case for him staying. Okay, because just think if we would have had last year's defense with how Bryce has played since he's come back, we might have had a few more wins. Okay,
Yeah,
and you think about it, you still had Dante Jackson last year, you still had Brian Burns, you still, and everybody keeps mentioning Jeremy Chin as somebody that they let go. Evero didn't want nothing to do with Jeremy Chin, and it was plain.
right,
It was obvious from week one. He didn't want anything to do with Jeremy Chin. Jeremy Chin did not fit into his scheme. Jeremy Chin did
right,
not play a lot, especially down the stretch last year at all. So when people are mentioning gut and the defense, I think y'all could take Jeremy Chin out of the equation. Frankie
right,
Louvu, the thing was, I don't know if it was a situation where, you know, he may not want to sign, but if I'm not mistaken, he wanted to go play for Dan Quinn.
right.
Okay. I
Exactly.
don't think there was anything that was
That's
gonna
the
bring him
thing.
back. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the thing. That was his choice. He was a free agent. He wanted to leave. As a matter of fact,
Mm-hmm.
the reports came out that Carolina offered Frankie Louvu more money than he got from Dan Quinn. I mean, Dan he got from the Commanders and Dan Quinn, but he chose to go
Mm-hmm.
play for Dan Quinn. So you can't fault us or fault the Panthers for that and say they didn't try to pay the man. They tried,
Yeah.
and that's the thing with free agents. People have to understand when these guys are free agents, it's not all about how much money you throw at these guys just because you want them. They gotta want to come here. You know what I'm saying? If they have an
That
option to
part.
go somewhere else, there's 31 other teams besides the Panthers that they can go to. And if you don't feel like the situation is right for you, or the
Mm-hmm.
culture ain't right, or whatever, damn the money. So, you got some players that still wants to win, but you got a lot of players that just want the bag. And
Mm-hmm.
a lot of time it shows in where they choose to go. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Do they go for the bag or they go somewhere they can win because they haven't won since they've been in the league or they didn't win, in college or whatever. So here's my opportunity to be on a winning team. Some people get tired of losing.
Yeah.
Some people don't care about losing as long as they get the bag.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? In another world, you might be able to spin this terrible defense as a factor into attracting people to come here, because you might be able to say, well, if you sign with us, I know that you can come in and make a difference, because you're gonna come in and start over all of
Hmm.
these people. You know what I mean? If you get a few of those people in here that be like, you know what, I'm coming in here because I know I can make a difference. I know how this team was last year, this defense was.
Yeah,
So I get my chance to come in here and make a difference. Somebody that may not have got that option on, got that chance on another team to maybe be able to come here and have that impact that they just couldn't get other places, because maybe it was just too many people ahead of them or something, or whatever. And I know that sounds kind of counterintuitive, because if that many people ahead of them, then it might just mean, might just suggest that they weren't worth a damn. But you
yeah.
never know. So
So in the grant, I'm not gonna click on any QJ Smith comments until we are done.
nope, wait
I
a
just
minute.
can't.
Nope, I gotta get this
I
one.
can't.
Snapbacks hate to see Efro. God so mighty. Oh, that was a good one. That was
Well,
a good one.
we here now, so we may as well.
Lord have mercy. Hey, what Tony, I ran my mouth a lot on
Uh,
this one. What do you think about Evero, man? What do you think his chances are coming back, or is it was it
okay.
certain he's gone? Oh no.
When when we yeah, I know.
Go ahead, cuz.
When you lay out all those different scenarios, as far as what he has had to do, what he has had to deal with from last year to this year, talent wise, injuries, um, players not fitting his scheme, then bringing in guys who we thought know the scheme, but didn't play well in the scheme, except Ashawn Robinson and Josie Jewell. Um, I can understand if Carolina brought Evero back, because I think when you get the seal of approval from the head coach, I think that carries weight. I think that means a lot, you know. Because if he wants Evero back, I think there's a good chance that they will bring Evero back. Now, here's my thing about the 3-4 defense. The 3-4 is a 3-4. But there's variations to the 3-4 defense. There's some that where the 3-4 defense is aggressive, and there's some variations of the 3-4 that's not aggressive, which Ivero runs. So you could bring in someone like a Robert Sala that can tap into that 3-4 defense, but with more aggression. Wink Martindale, who is the defense coordinator right now at the University of Michigan, who's been a long time NFL defense coordinator, especially with the Ravens. And I think
Mm-hmm.
the last he was with the Giants before he went to Michigan this year. You talking about aggressive, you know what I'm saying? He can bring that aggressive style to that 3-4 scheme. You know what I mean? That yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like Diggett said, yes, the 3-4 is fluid, Diggett. The 3-4 and the 4-3 is fluid. Like those are just base defenses. Okay? The 3-4 and the 4-3, those are just base defenses. In the NFL nowadays, what you will see is more teams running a 4-2-5. Why are they running a 4-2-5? Because more offenses are now running 3 and 4 receiver sets. So you have to bring in that fifth defensive back. That fifth defensive back replaces one of the outside linebackers. Okay? So you see that a lot throughout the league. Now you got some teams that bring in um uh, a bigger defensive back that can play that safety linebacker hybrid, like um, Jeremy Chin was supposed to be able to do. Or you think about like a
Mm-hmm.
Cam Chancellor, someone that which he was more of in the box, but he will cover tight ends down the seam every now and then. So that there's scheme versatility where you run a 3-4 or a 4-3, but primarily that's all it is. That's all a 4-2-5 is. When you hear somebody say nickel package, well, all that is bringing the fifth DB onto the field. That's all it is. Now, whether go big nickel or small nickel, whatever the case may be, whatever you choose to do, there's different variations and different ways. Um, there's different schemes that can be ran from either uh, one of those base fronts.
Hey, let me ask you this, Tony. Okay, so when we switched to that 4-2-5, I was looking back at a little bit of film from that Tampa game before we went live. Okay, so if they
Mhm.
bring in a tight end, or even sometimes on passing downs when they have the running back, it seems like they have our outside linebackers in what do you call it, like the wide nine stance, where they're like further out on each side. And
Yeah.
it looks like it that opened them up for a lot of double teams. Okay, so they would have one on the outside with the our outside linebacker slash edges, but then you would have the four left double teaming our the two tackles. Now, do you think that added to the troubles that we had in getting pressure and the run game as well?
So when you have I'm gonna try to explain it why not being able to look at it. When you have your five down linemen, right? Your base five down linemen, and say you bring in a tight end. So you got 11 personnel, one tight end,
Mm-hmm.
one running back. Or
Mm-hmm.
matter of fact, you bring in an extra lineman and a tight end. So the
Mm-hmm.
more the more the more that you bring in to one side of the ball, you're stretching out that defensive front. Okay? Because if you're just looking at your base five, that outside edge rusher is playing. If he's playing on the outside shoulder of the tackle, he's in the five technique. If he scoot over a little bit more, he's playing the seven. But now, if you go and throw a tight end on the side of that tackle, now that stretches the defensive end, the outside linebacker, over one more gap. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, if you didn't make an adjustment and bring in another defensive tackle, you have stretched the open of that defensive line one gap more.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what a lot of teams have been doing, especially in Tampa in that game that you're talking about, or the last two games, they've been pulling two players from the left. Say the player's going to the right side.
Mm-hmm.
They are pulling the tackle to guard or guard and the tight end. So when you pull in extra players like that to the play side, you're creating more running lanes. Does
Mm-hmm.
that make sense?
Yeah.
So to where there may be two running lanes, just think about for each player pulling, there's two additional lanes. So if I'm pulling two players, I done created four additional lanes. But you haven't made no adjustment to counter those four additional lanes when the guard tackle or the guard and tight end is pulling from the left to the right.
Yo, it's funny you bring that up. One of the first plays they ran, they pulled the tackle and the guard, the left tackle and the left guard, pulled them going right and handed the
Mhm.
ball off to Bucky Irvin going left to where they came from. When I say the
Smoke and
whole
mirrors.
defensive line was like, whoa, wait a minute. I'm
Smoke,
glad you brought
smoke.
that up because I saw that.
I know exactly what play you're talking about because
Yeah.
when you look, I looked at that play earlier. They was on the left hash. So
Mm-hmm.
when you have the play on the left hash, you're automatically thinking the play is going to go to the play side. So the play side is the larger side,
Mm-hmm.
right? If it's on the left
Yeah.
hash, it's going to the right. If it's on the right, it's going to the left.
Mm-hmm.
So you would think that the linebackers are trained. You the pulling guard, whoever is pulling, not the pulling guard, whoever the puller is would take you to the ball.
Mm-hmm.
That's linebacker 1-on-1. Whoever's pulling would take you to the ball. So if their eyes are on the puller, whether it's the guard, the tackle, or tight end, whoever, they're going to go to where the puller's going. So they're flowing to the right, and now you got Bucky Irvin countering going to the left,
And
and
and I
everybody
think it
looking
was
like,
yeah, and
yeah,
if it wasn't for I think it was Chandler Wooten. I think it was Chandler Wooten.
Yeah.
He saw it, and he was able to go get a hand on Bucky Irvin and trip him. Because I promise you, if Wooten would have flowed to his left like everybody else
Yeah.
did, that play probably would have went for a touchdown. Because he had a block or two ahead of him, but Wooten shot down there and was able to get a hand on him and trip him up. And I think still got like 4 or 5 yards out of it.
Yeah, it was only
But
4 or 5 yards.
yeah, but
Yeah.
that play that'd have been a big play had he not seen it, because everybody else had to stop, and then it was like, shit, we going this way.
Well, you notice on that play in the formation when it starts off, there were two receiver sets to the left. There were the two receiver set to the left. Those two wide receiver ran go routes. Why did they run go routes? To clear out the whole
Clear
left
out.
side. So
Mm-hmm.
if I'm clearing out that left side and I'm pulling from the left to the right, so now I'm creating the flow, the smoke, and mirrors to
Mm-hmm.
make you feel like it's going this way, but I got Bucky Irvin coming right behind the clear out of those two
Yep.
wide receivers. Yeah, to the left.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if Chandler Wooten wouldn't have tripped him up, yeah, that was
He
that
still
was a
he
touchdown.
still be running now.
He
He
still
he
be
probably
running.
he probably be
Yeah.
in oh God, where does Florida State play at? Oh God, Tallahassee.
Joe
He probably be
Campbell.
up in
Yeah.
Tallahassee right now.
So but these are the things when you talking about scheming up plays offensively,
Mm-hmm.
you can do the normal. But now guys are manipulating the normal because what
Mm-hmm.
you would think, what you've been trained as a defensive player, especially as a linebacker in a situation like that, you've been trained to wherever the pulling guard goes, or wherever the puller goes. I ain't gonna say guard. Wherever the puller
Mm-hmm.
guard, wherever the puller goes, that's where the play is going. You follow
Yeah.
the puller. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you're following the puller and then they counter backside, you know what I'm saying? You like your first initial thought is going to cause you to hesitate. It's going to cause
Mm-hmm.
you to misstep. It's going to cause you to be out of position because that's not what you've been trained to look out for. So you take someone like a Ben Johnson, who is a master, who has been doing a masterful job of scheming open these offensive players in Detroit. It's like
Master is an
you
understatement.
can you can't even stop what he's doing. He's just truly doing some unconventional reinventing plays that nobody has ever seen. You know what I'm saying?
He's got quarterback in was a tight end or receiver. No, quarterback and run pretending like they missing the handoff and almost falling down on the play, and then Sam Laporta like, thank you, appreciate
Dog,
it.
he got he got tackles running jet sweeps.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Not just a post route or going for a pass.
Mm-hmm.
He got Penei Sewell running a jet sweep, dog.
Hey, I look.
Who schemes for that? What defensive meeting would you ever sit in and somebody say, "Yeah, man, we gotta watch for Penei Sewell and that jet sweep"? What?
Yeah, for real. Hey, for
Yeah.
real.
So this is the type of creativity though that a lot of people have been saying that we want to see from Dave Canales. Now we saw some creativity early on in the season, and for some reason he has gotten away from that. Honestly, like the past few weeks, the offense has started to look kind of vanilla. Like you can
Mm-hmm.
you can watch, depending on the personnel, depending on the down and the distance, where we at on the field. If you want to know what the Panthers are going to run, watch and pay attention to where Adam Thielen is lined up. Your number one receiver would typically tell you what the offense is going to do based on where he's lined up and based on what type of personnel is in the game. When he's
Facts.
in, I give you a prime example, and you can see if it happens Sunday. When Adam Thielen is in the slot and JT Sullivan is on the outside of him in a 2-by-2 situation,
Mm-hmm.
that's a slot fade.
Mm.
JT Sullivan is going to run a hitch. Adam Thielen's gonna run a slot fade to the boundary, and you hope that Bryce Young hit him.
Yeah, I
That
feel it.
is a common play. One of the common plays for Bryce Young and Adam Thielen has happened the past 2 weeks. He hit him on that shot play
Hmm.
where he beat McCullum,
Yeah.
and this is the play that Adam Thielen dropped that went through his hands in the game before. Same play. But this go if you get a chance. Matter of fact, we got the all 22. Pull up all 22. Or I'll show you after the live. And it's the same exact play.
I got you.
How you know it's gonna happen? Watch the personnel.
Yeah. Okay. Hey,
Yeah.
well let's get back to Evero here. Mario
Yeah.
Ingram had this comment up here, and I left it up here because I wanted to answer it. He said, if Salah is available and willing, what would you do? If
Hire
they got if they got rid of Evero, I say bring him in. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
I would say the same
Because
thing.
one thing is, this would probably be it probably still be a hit to the continuity, like I was saying earlier. But if he wants to, because we were talking about this last year, he runs not last year, last week, not last week, last live, my bad, earlier this week, about him running a 4-3 or a 3-4. It was a
Mhm.
4-3, right?
Yeah. So I think
Okay.
he ran a 4-3 in New York.
Mm,
Um, I thought it was more of a 3-4. I would
mm,
really have to go back and look at it. But I think it was a 4-3 in San Francisco. So if
okay.
it's a 4-3 in San Francisco, and that's what he was known for, because that's where he got hired from, San Francisco, I'm going to say that his scheme is probably more 4-3.
Hey, I say bring him in. I say bring him in. If they end up getting rid of Evero, and if Solid wants to come, hey, bring him in.
Mhm.
But yeah. Mm-hmm.
All
Let
right.
me see.
Let's see. Miss Q said 3-4-4-3 both will work when you have the person that fit those formations. You could have a strong front to use 4-3 or 3-4, which you currently don't have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
I agree with that. I
Mm-hmm.
agree with that. Yeah, Mario, I'm not willing to give Chrome Dome another chance to run his defense. I
Well,
agree with
hey, but you know what? That's not up to us though.
yeah.
That's not up to us. And I'm just saying, do I want Evero to go? I think he's probably a great guy. Okay, but I've seen enough of this defense and enough of what he's done with the personnel. Mind you, he hasn't had what he probably needed. Okay, but even still, adjustments, something it seems like he's unwilling to do. Be it more aggressive at times. You sitting back there, and my thing is, you just you dropping back in that cover three and just hoping and praying. All right, you hoping and praying, but then you got a defensive front that's really not getting to the quarterback and getting any pressure. So again, adjustments. You're not making the adjustment. Okay, well, you know what? Let me help these guys out. Let me apply some pressure. Okay. The team's number one wide receiver is killing us. Let me make some adjustments. Let me let JC Horn travel. Let me try this game. I'm not gonna do it the whole game. Let me let JC travel a few times this game and see how this works out. Or shit, do it in practice. See how it works out in practice. That's what practice is for. See
That's
if
true.
if everybody is okay with JC traveling, and everybody can switch their assignments and pick up who they need to pick up and run the scheme accordingly. You know that's all I'm
Mhm.
saying. I've seen enough of that to where I'd be like, if my vote is to try something different. Okay, my vote is for Evero not to be the defensive coordinator next year. But again, I'm just a fan sitting in my shed. What do I know? So yeah.
Mr. Hungador said, to be honest, in my opinion, we are short five key pieces on defense.
Mm-hmm.
Edge, defensive lineman, two cornerbacks, one DB, plus rotational pieces. I think we have some good pieces on defense that need to be brought back. Damani Richardson.
Mm-hmm.
I love Jacoby. I like Jacoby Windman. not saying that he could be a starter, but he can be rotational depth piece behind Trevor Wallace and Josie Jewell. We don't know what's going to happen with Shaq Thompson, whether he's going to be brought back next year. I know he said he's not retiring. So
Mm-hmm.
the more depth, the better. Because we see, uh, based on the rash of injuries that we've had this season, that we need better depth behind the starters. So yeah, I'm not opposed to any of that, but I do think there are a couple pieces on defense, people that we didn't expect to have a lot of, people that we didn't expect to see at all this year. Like nobody knew that we were going to see Jacoby Windman, or was hoping that Jacoby Windman would be eventual starter for us. I don't even think he was on the roster at the beginning of the year, to be honest. I think he was picked up off Seattle's practice squad, if I'm not mistaken. Um, Damani Richardson, I'm glad that he has gotten an opportunity to show what I seen from him at Texas A&M the past 2 years. I don't understand why he went undrafted, but I think he
Mm-hmm.
has made enough of a presence for himself to get an opportunity to be brought back next year, to the point to where he is actually starting over Jordan Fuller and Nick Scott. So to me, that says a lot.
Hey, and I will add on to that, linebacker. Okay. I don't care if Trevor Wallace comes back healthy as all get out, Josie Jewell comes back healthy as all get out. If there is a what's my man Cooper from Texas A&M that went to the Packers. What's his first name, Tony?
Um,
But you know what I'm talking about. Him or
yeah, the linebacker me and Doug wanted in
I forgot his
Edrin Cooper.
first name. Edrin
Edrin Cooper.
Cooper, or my man Wilson from like NC State or
Peyton
something like
Wilson.
that.
Peyton Wilson.
Peyton Wilson. If there is a linebacker, okay, if there is a good enough linebacker, good enough all around linebacker, and I say all around because we need more linebackers that can cover. Okay, because I seen Chandler Wooten go out there and look completely lost when who was it? Number 82, Cole. I think his name was Cole or something from Tampa Bay. They dropped back in their zones and he was passed off. And Chandler Wooten and Jacoby Wyndham, instead of them both spreading out in their zones a little bit, they both damn near ran into each other. And old boy took off to the
Yeah,
he took off to the
yeah,
right and caught the pass. So my thing is, I wouldn't mind us bringing in some linebackers too, but we got to get somebody that can cover. If you're going to run this scheme and you're going to have these boys out there playing zone, you damn sure better get some linebackers that can run and that can cover.
yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's all I got for Ejero Rivero, CJ. Anything else you got?
Nah. And to anybody watching this, and if y'all are confused, we do not believe that Chero is the enemy. But our good buddy SC Pace in the comments told us on Monday that for the enemy spotlight, we need to put Ejiro Evero up there. So that's what we did. And I think
Yeah.
we had a damn good
So that's the
conversation about it
SC.
too. Yeah, shout out
That was
to
for you,
SC.
SC.
Yes, sir. But yeah, but like yeah, but that was a good talk on Evero though. But like I said,
Yeah.
if I had to vote today, my vote would be for him to be gone. But
Right.
I like I said, I think there's a better chance than people think that he will be here again next year. And if he does, hopefully he's learned from this season. I hope the guy that the front office can get him the talent that he needs. And I just pray this defense can be, we got to get out the gutter. If we can be middle of the road next year, I'd be happy. I would be
Yeah.
happy, happy, happy. Miss
Mr.
Hunky
Hunky
Dory
Doris.
said,
Go ahead.
oh, there's a rumor that Cooper Rush may be signed as Carolina backup QB at the end of the season, replacing Plummer. Mm,
Yeah. That's just a rumor.
yeah. Well, hey, we'll see. All right. But cool. But hey, because before we get up out of here, score predictions. All right. And everybody in the chat, drop y'all score predictions for Sunday's game. What you think, Tom?
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say 38-24.
Who?
I, Atlanta.
Okay.
Damn sure ain't us.
Well, you know what? I'm going to be Captain Optimistic again, and I'm going to say 28-21 Panthers. All right.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
I'm go out with a bang here. So, 28-21 Panthers. And after I say that, I say this, let us pray. All right. SC Pay said 38-21 Falcons. Mr. Hunky Door, let me wait for it to pop up here. He says 34-25 Falcons. Nothing but bench warmers playing for us. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But we'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see. I mean, it would just, be the icing on the cake after the holiday season if we could ruin Atlanta's chances to go to the playoffs. But hey, he said Beanie Weenie Sunday, if you know what I mean. Hey, don't talk no junk about Beanie Weenies, man. That's some good eating right there.
Oh
Boy,
my
I tell you.
God.
He said, ain't spending for this game. Oh man. Well, Tone, anything else you want to say before we get out here, cuz?
Nah, man. Yeah, I just want to say I finally found out why I couldn't get NFL Plus to work on my computer.
Mm,
Uh, I had to completely upgrade to the new version of Windows 11. So
mm-hmm.
now that Windows 11 is open, working, I've upgraded. I'm sorry. When I turn my VPN on, I'm able to get an internet connection. So now I can go into NFL Plus and do some uh, do some work when it comes to the All 22. So I spend about a couple hours a day just looking at some things like that.
Okay.
So yeah, hopefully this off season you're going to see us do some things. I'll say that.
All right. Hey, Pastor Trench is coming to an 89 floor model TV near you. All right, that's what I heard. All right.
Did you say Flow Model TV?
Floor model, 27-inch, prime
Oh
back in
my
the day.
God. Oh
Yes.
yeah.
With the
Hey,
knob. Click, 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 click,
we
click,
had the
click.
RCA, dog. Don't let it fool you. RCA was a joint. That was the gold standard. Yes, sir. We had the RCA,
Yo,
baby.
man, we had so much stuff stacked on top of that damn floor model TV, the
Yes.
cable box, the VCR box, the VCR books, cups, I just
Hey,
mail,
and
everything.
don't forget the antenna, just in case.
Yeah,
Just in case
yeah,
you
yeah. I
need it.
had the
You
antenna.
gotta have the antenna, dog. You gotta have
Man,
the antenna.
I tell you, man. Hey, there's a good
People
buddy. I
come
ain't
in
gonna
all
lie.
late.
I was wondering. I said, damn. I said, we ain't saying Flame for Jesus in 2 lives. What's going on, Flame?
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. I hope you all have a blessed weekend. I still don't like Bryce. Got you, Flame.
Hey,
Oh God,
we,
that's
we
what's
have
up.
to we have to try to find a way to get Flavor for Jesus a T-shirt that say "I still don't like Bryce." Matter of fact, don't
I
say still. I don't like
I
Bryce.
I would never like Bryce. There you go.
Yeah, I would never like Bryce. Yeah.
That would be a good. Hold on, hey, and one more from QJ before we get up out of here. BBL head Evero will be fired by Monday. Oh my Jesus. Okay. All right, y'all. We we're gonna
Oh
go
my
ahead and get up out of here. Everybody that has joined us tonight, thank you. Okay, on your way out, if you haven't already, please hit that like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can catch us at all social media at Two Fans in the Stands.
And
And
be
thank you for
a fan member.
everybody.
I'm a fan member.
Yes. And thank you for everybody that's watching us on Twix. That is X, but we call it Twix. That's a mixture of Twitter and X. We appreciate you. So if you haven't and you're watching us over there, please go to Two Fans ITS and give us a follow over there as well. Okay. And again, shout out to all our subscribers, all our followers, all of our fan level members. We appreciate every single one of you. Okay. And as always, Panther Nation, I'm gonna leave y'all with 3 things. Number 1, y'all be good. Number 2, y'all be safe. And number 3, as always, Panther Nation, keep pounding, man. We'll see you.
Yeah.